It's been 15 years since Kendrick Lamar's mixtape Overly Dedicated dropped, and as a way to kind of honor this classic mixtape, I decided to listen to it with my 25-year-old ears, my grown man ears, you know what I'm saying, just to see how it holds up after like all this time. So like this mixtape wasn't my first like introduction to Kendrick Lamar. I think the first time I listened to him was from my dad because he played The Recipe, and he was like, "Hey, this little nigga got Dr. Dre to come out of retirement. You gotta listen to him." And at the time, I was listening to like a whole bunch of like older hip hop, like 90s, 80s stuff, and I was listening to like NWA at the time. So I was like, Dr. Dre, you know what I'm saying? He got to be valid if Dr. Dre gave the cosign, and he obviously was, you know what I mean? And listening to Overly Dedicated after listening to Good Kid, Mad City and Section 80 only made me love this dude's music even more, you know what I'm saying? So without further ado, we're just going to get into this review. So how this is going to go is I'm going to review it overall and then talk about a few specific tracks that like I want to highlight. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so I've had a crazy week. Like I mentioned before in the last video, I'm moving into a new crib and I ended up moving here. So we're just gonna act like nothing happened, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get right back into it. So on Overly Dedicated, you can really feel Kendrick's hunger on this mixtape, right? He's like a wild animal, just eating whatever beat he gets in front of him because he doesn't care. He's just gotta body it because he has so much to prove, right? And when you listen to this album, you understand why they pushed him so hard. And obviously hindsight it makes sense, but it's just like they had the vision for it, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like they made him the poster boy at TDE, and look at him now, one of, if not the best rapper of all time. And this album essentially falls into the category of music what I like to call young man's journey music, where a young man is rapping about his insecurities, his relationship issues, the trials and tribulations that he goes through, and the struggle of sticking to your morals that your family taught you, whether that's your dad, your mama, grandpa, grandma, and dealing with like the temptation to falling into the vices that your family had, or falling into new vices. And then on the flip side of it is there's another part of it where it's like the young man goes out into the world and has a whole bunch of new experiences, and he realizes that he has to unlearn all of the things that his family taught him because he realizes that it's rooted in trauma, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's honestly my favorite genre of music, or favorite kind of music, you know what I'm saying? Because like I'm a young man and I'm on a journey towards bettering myself, being a better man, being a better human being overall, you know what I'm saying? So albums like Overly Dedicated really hit to me. The relationship tracks like Growing Apart and Opposites Attract are extremely vulnerable and extremely honest, even if it puts him in a bad light, and I really appreciate it, bruh. Because like I really missed the way he used to talk about relationships, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like up until recently with with Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and I think it's like that Gloria track from GNX, anytime Kendrick made like a love song or a relationship song, it was like a real lovey-dovey radio hit type of song, you know what I'm saying? And it just feels good to go back and see this young version of Kendrick be so unapologetically himself, I guess, and recognizing his flaws and not really caring in a way, I guess. And it's so crazy because a lot of people were shocked on whenever they heard Mr. Morale, like, oh my God, Kendrick is actually a bad partner. And it's just like, one, he's a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, rappers be going on tours and cracking anything. And two, tracks like Growing Apart exist. Tracks like Opposites Attract exist. You know what I'm saying? He has always been a flawed individual, and he's always presented that from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's never came out and said, I'm this perfect human being, and I'm here to save you. And that's the whole point of why he made Savior, you know what I'm saying? And he did dibble and dabble into the savior role, I guess, on To Pimp a Butterfly, but he quickly went back to being like, yeah, I'm flawed. I'm a flawed individual on Damn, and then double down on it with Mr. Morale, you know what I'm saying? So your rapper, your favorite rapper is most likely not a good person, so you need to stop holding them to this high-ass pedestal and this high-ass expectation, because at the end of the day, they're most likely a terrible human being. or have done some terrible things, you know what I'm saying? And then something else I really liked about the album overall is the fact that each song feels like it's crafted and tailored to be a perfect story. You know what I'm saying? Like the song progression and the song structure on every single track is top tier, bruh. Like these are long, like a lot of these tracks are long. You know what I'm saying? And like just with the streaming structure of music in the music industry right now, it's like shorter songs are pushed and promoted, and what's the words I'm trying to find? You're incentivized to make shorter songs. That's what I'm trying to say. Golly. So going back and listen to this, where almost every single track is like 3+ minutes long, and they don't feel like extremely long or tiresome or cumbersome. It's just a breath of fresh air, bro. Because I need and I love long tracks, especially whenever they're made in a way to where it flows. And the fact that he was able to make songs that have such good song like structure this early in his career, in his infancy, is just a testament to how great of an artist he is, bro. So I already talked about Growing Apart and Opposites Attract, and I want to talk about a few songs that I really felt a whole bunch of nostalgia for, essentially. So first off, we got P and P 1.5, which is Pussy and Patron. Pussy and Patron is a beautiful track, bro. Like it's 6 minutes long, but listening back to it, it don't even feel like that. Like you can really just let that shit spin, and it's just like great times, bro. Great memories. And that might have a little bit to do with it, but at the end of the day, it's still a song that is structured well, bro. Like the beat and the change up where it slows down a little bit, and like the chopped and screwed part of it, you know what I'm saying? Chef's kiss, bruh. And then fucking Ab Soul does his thing, just completely shits on the track, bruh. Great track. And then I was gonna make like a little bit of a long point about Alien Girl, but like it basically boils down to what kind of woman did Kendrick see? You know what I'm saying? Because how the hell do you find a girl, a shorty that looked better than Beyonce, Alicia Keys, Halle Berry, and Angelina Jolie in 2010? Back when it was in their prime, bruh. 2010 Beyonce? Are you shitting me? Angelina Jolie? Like obviously she must have been doing voodoo on that nigga. Cause ain't nobody look better than five women at that time. You know what I'm saying? And the next track I want to talk about is, one second, let me pull up my notes. Michael Jordan. A lot of people, like, I don't know, I saw a video, like, somebody talking shit about his Michael Jordan track and people didn't like it. This is a great track. It's real bouncy, it's real fun, and like I honestly need Kendrick to hop on a beat like this, like a more modern, like Dirty South beat, and get a feature from Mexico Dro. Kendrick x Mexico Dro will go nuts, bruh. And then ROTC, which is Right on Time Consciousness. I forgot how much he used to love acronyms, like with like Overly Dedicated and Section 80. That nigga was loving his and I guess Good Kid, Mad City. I think there's some acronyms on there. Anyways, nigga loves his acronyms, and like Right on Time Consciousness is such a good track, and I don't really remember the subject matter of this song that much, but like listening to it again, it's like it's essentially just him struggling with like staying on the track that he's on right now with the rap, and continuing to work hard, continuing to master his craft and to stick to it, because at some point in time it's eventually going to pay off, and he's struggling with doing that as opposed to going and flipping a bird, you know what I'm saying? Because it's such a relatable track, because like that Fast Money is extremely enticing, bro. And then everybody knows a plug, everybody knows somebody that can put them on, you know what I'm saying? And Fast Money is not consistent enough, and it's always gonna end in one way, or one of two ways. You're either gonna end up in prison or end up in the grave, you know what I'm saying? Because like once you get to a certain point and you continue to do it, there's only negatives that's gonna come from it, you know what I'm saying? And it's such a relatable track, because it's like it falls into that young man's journey music that I was speaking about before. And then the last track I want to talk about is Average Joe. I really used to rock with this track, bro. Like it was one of my favorite tracks on the mixtape because like I just like that. This is why they rock with me. This is why they rock with me. I love that part, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this track is essentially like all of Good Kid, Mad City condensed into 4 minutes and 6 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Because he talks about how I'm just a regular schmegular dude that's from the hood. Like I'm not in the gangs, but like I associate with these people that are doing these foul things. You know what I'm saying? And he on this track he speaks about like the trauma that he felt with like a gang altercation and how it messed up his brain so bad that he couldn't focus on his finals and he failed. And like it's such a good track. The storytelling, the world building. I guess it kind of is world building within like the track, but it's just like based on his real life experiences. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing I don't like about this track is that a lot of racist white Kendrick fans use this as like a way to justify their belonging in rap and specifically Kendrick's music, where he talks about I don't make black music, I don't make white music, I make everyday life music. But it's just like they're so I don't like it because they don't understand the intricacies and what he was really getting at. I'm sure he would go back and like change this if he could, like at this point in time, because he's obviously making music for black folks and black folks only. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you look at like the messaging that he's put into like all of his music, if I'm being honest with you. And like honestly, it's not something I critique Kendrick on, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, this is like one of his very early projects. So he isn't fully developed and he hasn't fully gotten to the place to where he's at right now, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I don't like how people misuse what he was trying to talk about, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the end of my How Does It Hold Up? I want to make this a series where I go back and look at old albums and like kind of, I want to do it as like a anniversary where it's like a 10 to 15 year mark, and like if it doesn't meet that, I'll just like do a How Does It Hold Up or whatever, you know. So I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm trying to be consistent with this YouTube shit like I've been saying, you know what I'm saying? So if you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you. Thank you for the views, and give me a like, share it with your auntie, your uncle, whoever, your cousin, you know what I'm saying? Turn on the bell, subscribe, whatever, all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? To my subs that are still with me to this day. Still with me to this day. I love you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's the end of the video.